forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj still going at it. Remember, they was at a high-end clothing store out there in LA a couple weeks ago, and Meek allegedly was staring down her husband, Kenneth Petty. And, you know, basically, Petty was wanting to go one-on-one with Meek. Meek still ain't no one-on-ones around here. And since then, the feud been back on between Meek and Nicki. And now it's refueled by Meek Mill liking a picture on Twitter and basically throwing shade at her husband. So let's talk about it. We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And you can see it from a different aspect that nobody probably seeing it from. I'm explaining one thing that went on here that I think is, you know, it went overlooked, and I had to think about it for a minute, but about her brother and that him being convicted. I'll just leave it at that. But let's talk about it. We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Check our music entertainment playlist for more videos like this. And what happened is right here. The Shade Room this morning posted this. Glad I waited to talk about it. I really want to go talk about it all, though. But Meek Mill liked the picture from Jimmy Jazz, and basically saying that Kenneth Petty dressing off the rack, off the mannequin. All right. And it looks like he got the exact same outfit. You can't really see the shoes with the shirt and the pants. So Meek Mill basically liked that picture you see right there, basically throwing shade at her husband for dressing off the mannequin. And remember, Chris Brown was throwing shade at Victor Cruz for dressing off the mannequin, the old football player on ESPN now, talking about football because he dating Carucci. So basically Chris Brown and Meek in the same situation, that they exes is dating guys dressing off the mannequin, and aka they don't have no swag. But obviously the ones dating off the mannequin is the ones that's women to women, that's winning the women that they got, you know. And then it goes on, and Nicki Minaj says, you know, dude, been tweeting about my man for a year now, talking about he went on my page to see him, but he was blocked. My dude, move on. I know yo bitch up here embarrassed, and he do got a woman. I think she might be pregnant too. Shit on yourself in the store when you got pressed though. So, you know, at the end of the day, she's saying that Kenneth Petty pressed him, and, you know, he almost boo-booed on himself. And we seen Meek on the pads. We seen Meek running routes out there at the Super Bowl, and he don't look that athletic. He looked like he more of a let me get my gun type of guy, or let me call security type of guy. But hey, never know, in the street fight, he could be a little bit different. I know Nicki Minaj, man, got some charges on him, or got some felonies or something. And maybe he would have handled Meek. Maybe Meek would have handled him. But Meek allegedly said in the store, ain't no one-on-ones around here. And he was traveling with a lot of people in security, as most celebrities do. Meek said you willing to crash your man because you losing now, and everybody in the industry know you a bad person. You knew your brother was raping that little girl. That's why I got away from you. But okay, so right here he threw her under the bus. All right, it was a article, or some people, or TMZ reported that she didn't write a letter, you know, defending her brother, and she was just at the trial for support, and she wrote a letter, you know, asking the judge to not to, you know, prosecute her, you know, convict her brother, that the other woman, that the stepdaughter that her brother did something to, was trying to extort Nicki Minaj and her family for money over her brother's situation. All right, so, and that came out that she did try to defend and save her brother, and she lied about that. But hey, it is what it is. And then, you know, they keep going at it. Here we go. He said, then Nicki pulled this one out the hat. You beat your own sister and taped it. Spit on her, taped it, kicked me in front of your mother, and sent her to the hospital. You know, sucking Drake's dick made you feel tough again. Move on. So she basically saying he beat his own sister up, and spit on her and taped it, and kicked, and Meek, and she saying Meek kicked her in front of his own mother. You know what I'm saying? So I never heard that story. Never seen the video. Don't know if she lying. That's why I take it as a lie right now, because it's in the heat of the battle. But they really didn't have a messy split up, it didn't seem like. And now it's getting real messy, because it seemed like Meek can't fathom, you know, that she with somebody else. Meek is the one that's a little bit salty here. Meek is the one that's mad that he lost Nicki. And like I said on several occasions, ever since he left Nicki Minaj, his life has been on the up and up. Remember, he was slipping downstairs. He was fighting the trial, going back to jail. It was a lot of bad things. He was getting into the biggest rap beef with Drake, and he was losing it in a lot of people's opinion, not putting out a response, all because of Nicki Minaj. But then he goes on, the only way you can try to kill my career, saying I'll be the woman. Talk about your brother convicted of rape, and you been new and paid for his lawyers. Your little brother touched that little girl too. You know I know. You want me to crash with your boyfriend? I won't. So, yeah, it's a lot of talk about her. Tired of spending money on her boyfriend and all this, that, and the third. And, yeah, it sounds like she could be lying. And it sounds like she did pay for her brother's lawyers, because she wrote the letter asking them not to convict her and saying that the family tried to, extort them for money over the situation. And she lied about that. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, yeah, that's the only way you can try to kill. That's the quickest way to kill somebody's career. Is use the Me Too movement, or you put hands on another woman. And you see Javante Davis in the news. They trying to make him seem like the face of the DV now. They try to make Bill Cosby the face of the Me Too movement. You got Harvey Weinstein and a lot of other guys out there that's not a color doing that. He said, for clarification, I don't hit women, and I won't let my interview be filled with questions about her or any situation to do with her when I come to do press for my new albums. No devil tricks. So at the end of the day, if sound like they kind of fueling the beef to stay relevant. Nicki ain't really been relevant. Her music ain't really been doing well. She made a nasty joke about Rosa Parks, which I didn't really think it was that bad, but during Black History Month. So she doing anything to stay relevant. Inviting Joe Budden, cussing out Joe Budden. I'm retired for rap. Nicki's career is pretty much over with because rap has changed, and that happens to in the male rap game all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, when she was coming out rapping on Slumber Party and then doing all these songs, she was hot. Now Cardi B has took it, and the City Girls took it to thought rap. It's about being a hood rat. It ain't about lyricism no more. It's about being ratchet on the mic. It's about being a former stripper, and the game has changed now. And the only way she can stay afloat is switching over to acting or, starting beefs like this. But really, Meek started it, man. At the store staring old boy down, you know what I'm saying? Just being obsessed with Nicki, and today he started, looking at his, he dressing off the mannequin and liking it, and people going to talk about it. Meek got a whole new girlfriend, I think is pregnant, and she probably is embarrassed. He ain't moved on from Nicki Minaj yet. Now, what took him so long to really realize that he hadn't moved on, when he was fighting this case, you ain't thinking about no woman, you ain't thinking about no booty, you ain't thinking about, what she doing, you know what I'm saying? And he had an unreleased track that James Harden played saying that how can he choose her, and he mad at her selection and all that. Move on, bro. You winning without her. You was losing with Nicki Minaj really, really bad. You was losing to Drake. You was slipping downstairs. You was fighting the case. Ever since you dropped Nicki Minaj, now you co-owner or co-CEO of Lids. Now you rally with Robert Kraft doing prison reform. Jay-Z showing you how to be a boss. You everything that Beanie Siegel could be for Jay-Z. Beanie Siegel wanted, Jay-Z wanted Beanie Siegel to be what Meek is now, his left-hand man. You know what I'm saying? And Meek need to let it go. She gonna crash. 9 times out of 10, when it's all said and done, maybe 10, 15 years later, she might come running back to you. But you never prey on somebody's downfall in a relationship. That's high school stuff. Let her live her life. You moved on. You know what I'm saying? And if she's such a terrible person, you know what I'm saying, why you're obsessed with her? He started this today, but to sit out here and say she knew about those allegations and everything that was going on, I can believe it. You know what I'm saying? That's almost unconditional love for your brother. You know what I'm saying? I can believe it. Was it right? No. You know what I'm saying? She could have did it for her mother, did it for her brother to try to save him. But, it's unfortunate they airing their dirty laundry out 3, 4, 5 years ago. But what nobody really picking up on, and what I picked up on in the video, is if Meek knew, why didn't Meek step up and say something? That's the question. Does that make Meek a snitch? If Meek knew that her brother actually really did it, and he just left the situation alone, why didn't he testify? Why didn't he say something to the prosecutor? Why didn't he make it public that he knew that they really, really did that? But I guess he's looking at it like I ain't no snitch, or I'm looking at it like I didn't see it, but Nicki know he did it. So that's something, something that most people not going to pick up on. But hey, It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Information, description, Cash App, PayPal. Best way to donate is share the video. And I appreciate the love, support, and then for 100% all natural products, check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Lotion, soaps, foot soaps, lip balm, everything, man. 100% all natural products. Use the promo code Goodfella1 box, 18% off. All information description. One time for the one time we go.